Back-to-back nights, the Padres cannot hold a late lead. The Yankees behind Trent Grisham. You talk about a massive series for a former Padre, Trent Grisham. Game 1 home run. How about a pinch hit, 2-run home run off Jason Adam in the 8th? Yankees in 10, 4-3 over the Padres. Jim's face says it all. Padres lose the series. They're heading for Colorado. Still a 4-2 trip to this point. Certainly a squandered opportunity the last 2 nights for the Padres. And this is all on Jim.
This is so on me,
Jim.
dude.
Hey, hot lot. Yeah. First of all, a couple of things. Real quick. I didn't post the freaking Instagram reel. The Padres have the greatest bullpen in the history of the world. Jim did. He then followed it up that night by calling the bullpen the Four Horsemen, which never made any sense. Last night, one of the Four Horsemen freaking shits the bed. Tonight, Jason Adam allows a home run to Trent Grisham, of all people. Jeremiah Estrada takes the L. That's not his fault. What do you have to say for yourself before we get going here tonight?
I take the blame for this one. I can't even try to deny it. These last 2 games are all my fault, dude. All my fault, bro. Like, straight up, I'm like, all right, I'm posting a bullpen video. I'm going to talk about the bullpen as much as I possibly can after Monday night's game. And then 10 runs last night, and they cough up the lead today and lose the game. That's on me.
Listen, he had an amazing stretch for 34 games, but they have come back to reality the last 2 nights. So let's talk about it. Subscribe if you're here. If you haven't subscribed, please do that live or on replay. Follow us on X at John Schaefer at Jim Russell SD. Subscribe to this channel. We're on our way to 8,500 subscribers with your help. It's still been a good trip. It's still been a good start to the year for the Padres. We'll react to it all. We appreciate your super chats. We really do. If you want to support the channel, click the $ below the chat box. We'll get to all of your comments on screen with the super chats if you want to control the direction of the conversation. If you want to become a member, click join down below. And again, we appreciate your support. So I guess we could start. Let's start with Dylan Cease. Jim's ERA is higher than that, dude. Actually, since Jim's video, the bullpen ERA is probably like 21.69 because of the 10-run inning.
Dude, they gave up
higher.
Ever since the bullpen video I posted on Instagram on Monday, the bullpen's given up 12 runs in 2 games.
No more. 13.
No,
because
12.
it was unearned in the 10th.
Okay, yeah, but 12 earned runs.
12 earned runs.
That's on me.
4 innings, dude.
I'm like, bullpen's amazing.
Let's start. Listen, life comes at you fast when you're working on a no-hitter, but then in one swing, you get a no decision, and then like a minute later, you leave with a bicep cramp. I mean, they rushed out to the mound. Okay, like everyone was out there, Jim, and they say that he dodged the bullet and that everything's great and he's passed all the tests and he's online to make his next start. But I'll believe it when I see it. Dylan Cease was magnificent tonight until he wasn't, and then leaves due to injury. And the Padres lose the game, and hopefully he pitches again in 5 days.
So Kevin reported Dylan Cease says that he passed all tests with, quote, flying colors and expects to make his next start. Okay, like you said, I'll believe it when I see it. Any pitching injury that causes a pitcher to leave the game, rarely with this Padres team do you see them just be totally fine and make their next start.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Dylan Cease make his next start. But that's just something we have to wait for. So, I mean,
the guy was throwing 99.5 tonight.
He was incredible.
All spots. Now he got helped out by his defense. Tatis made 2 really good plays: the sliding catch in right, the catch up against the wall in right. Manny made a hell of a play on a ground ball to third, where he threw from foul territory to get an out. Bogarts even made a decent ranging play to start the 7th inning, and then Cody Bellinger took a freaking high fastball and turned that thing around quick. And Bellinger had really struggled to start the year. But, I mean, we were asking for a night like this from Dylan Cease, where he just looks like Cease, and he looked like the guy that threw the no-hitter last year, truthfully. I think we both thought he may be part of a combined no-hitter tonight with his stuff, and he was really good. One swing changed things, and Yeah, I mean, I hope he starts again in 5 days. And here's the other thing. Jackson Merrill in this game, who was brilliant, and we'll get into all of it, gets hit on his back arm, but on the forearm. I mean, he got hit flush and was immediately wringing out his arm. So they have the off day. I'm sure it's going to swell up. There's no way it wouldn't. And hopefully he's back in the lineup on Friday. It is Jackson Merrill. I'd be surprised if he wasn't, but you lose a game and then you're dealing with the C situation, and then Jackson Merrill gets hit in the game as well.
So I don't think I've ever heard this from a starting pitcher, where these are some quotes from Dylan Cease after the game. He goes, "It was a forearm cramp. It basically made my hand close tight for a couple seconds. I didn't think it was anything too serious. I honestly was going to throw some more pitches and see, but I think the smart thing was to do what we did there." Said after the game that he was not experiencing any pain, passed all the tests the athletic trainers administered with, quote, flying colors, and expect to make his next start. So, like, a forearm cramp to literally make your hand, like, tighten up?
There's so much adrenaline.
I know.
You're at Yankee Stadium. It's a sold-out crowd. You're pitching. You're working on a no-hitter. I hope he's right. I mean, do you do additional imaging after something like that? They passed the test with flying colors. I mean, what would it to cause your palm literally to tighten up and you automatically make a fist based on a forearm cramp? I've never experienced that, but I've never thrown a baseball 90 miles an hour. So maybe it's something guys go through.
Do you ever flex your calf too hard and then your muscle tightens up?
Do I have calves?
No, that's right. You don't have a calf. I'm sorry.
No, I've never done that. I don't think so. I've never done anything.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, I go to Orange Theory.
It doesn't count.
And I've never once cramped there, so I'm not doing anything apparently compared to what these guys are doing.
Well, listen, back to the Cease story. Other than
the Cease story is if he's healthy, it's all good, and if he's not, it's not all good, right?
100%. And you want him to obviously be all good, duh. But did Dylan Cease find his form tonight? I mean, this was his easily best start of the season. And the bomb that Cody Bellinger hit that has not landed yet was not a bad pitch. That is just good fastball hitting by Cody Bellinger. 98 up in the zone above the letters. Dude hits it 500 feet.
How the hell did he turn that around?
I have no idea. But again, the one hit you give up was, I mean, it's just like a pitch that you don't see really anybody hit. So you shouldn't even be upset about that, at all. And he was fantastic tonight. I hope that this is now a start of a stretch. And we talked about it all today on John and Jim. I still believe Dylan Cease is going to have that stretch this year and multiple stretches this year where he is his dominant self. And hopefully tonight was the start of it, where he puts together 4 or 5 starts in a row where he's just like tonight, unhittable.
I agree with you. And let me just say this for a second too. And I would be more upset if they weren't playing the way they're playing. They've played really well and they're getting healthier, hopefully. You can't lose though. That's a caveat. How can you lose a game when Dylan Cease pitches like that and Jackson Merrill doesn't have one moment? He has multiple huge moments. The home run off Fried, who allows nothing to anyone all year, lefty on lefty homers. Then you sit on that lead all night. Cease gives up the home run. Credit to Bellinger. I agree with you. It's not on Cease. Then Merrill re-gives you the lead against their 8-team bullpen. You tack on with a Bogarts sac fly. You have a 3-1 lead for Jason Adam with his elite bullpen, and you can't hold another lead here tonight. Again, it's good that their bullpen has been so damn good, and we haven't been talking about this with regularity this year. But in the was it the 8th inning? Yeah, in the 8th inning with a 3-1 lead, you have to win that game 99% of the time. I don't care who the opponent is, the circumstance, the venue, the batter in the batter's box. Trent Grisham has hit 10 home runs, so that's a credit to Trent Grisham. It's not just the Padres that he's hurt, but I mean, tell me how many times you recall the Padres having a massive pinch hit 2-run home run in the 8th inning or later. That's a huge hit. And then in the 10th inning, by the way, squandered opportunities. Tatis, Machado, Bogarts against a reliever that is struggling. Bogart swings through a pitch that was low that would have walked in the go-ahead run. So it's one game, it's one series. I'd be way more upset if it was a different circumstance, but this is not a game you should lose, Jim.
No, I agree. Again, the bullpen's not going to be perfect all year long. It's not going to be perfect all year long.
Yep.
It just sucks that they had their 2 worst nights in back-to-back games on the road in New York when they had leads. This is bound to happen. Jason Adam was bound to give up a home run. He was bound to give up a lead. He was bound. Guess what? Robert Suarez, he's going to blow a save this year. He's probably going to blow multiple saves this year.
You're right.
And it's going to be not pretty. But as long as this thing doesn't turn into a trend, I'm not worried about the bullpen. It's Yankee Stadium. That place sucks as far as the pitch in.
Yeah, it's hard to pitch.
Even though the home runs that were hit tonight were no doubters, but still, like, that place sucks to pitch in, and give credit to Fried and Cease for pitching as well as they did tonight. So look, I'll take a page out of the not overreact book, and I'm not overreacting to the last 2 nights. Does it suck? Absolutely. Was that 10th inning really hard to watch with Toddy and Manny and Bogarts all having opportunities to come through and all 3 of them strike out? Yeah, that was very tough to watch, especially Xander Bogarts. But I kind of still look at this road trip as a great opportunity. Now going to Colorado, another place that is not fun to pitch at, but you go there and you beat the shit out of a bad Rockies team. You come home with a great road trip record. And you just take these 2 games and you flush them as far down the toilet in the Bronx as you possibly can.
Yeah, I agree. That's the right perspective, which surprises me since it's coming from you. But that is absolutely the right perspective. I would say this: in the 10th inning, if you want to break down the biggest moment where they failed to come through, it was actually Machado, because runner at third, 1 out. Right?
You got to get the ball in play.
He steals third. I mean, it was beautifully done. He stole it without a throw. And now you have a clean sequence for Machado with a runner at third. You just, to your point, you have to put the ball in play. And he didn't. And that is going to happen. Any one plate appearance you can't overreact to. I completely agree with that. But between Tatis, who's batting with nobody out, of course you want him to come through and move the runner. He didn't. Okay, but there's no one out. And then once you get the runner to third with 1 out, that's your best opportunity to score, not with 2 outs, even though the bases were loaded. Your best opportunity to score is with 1 out and a runner at third. Now, I thought, Bogarts had a half decent at bat until he didn't. It was a good changeup from Devin Williams. Let's be honest. A ball that where just the bottom fell out. It's a tough pitch to take. It certainly was a ball. Bogarts had an RBI in this game on the sac fly to make it 3-1. Again, I can't go all in on Xander because he's had a nice 10 days when it comes to productivity for the Padres. It's just, to your point, Jim, it's one of those nights where you're like, really? Because I thought they did enough. Between Cease, with this bullpen, with Jackson Merrill, it felt like they probably had done enough most nights, but Trent Grisham basically changed the script.
Yeah, I'll give credit to Devin Williams tonight. Again, he's had an awful year, but his changeup was nasty.
Really good.
It was filthy. Good luck. And when his changeup is on, he's locating it, you're not hitting it. So, yeah, does it suck? And do you just have to get the ball in play there if you're Manny? Absolutely. He knows that. Because all you need to do is get it in play, and you have a really good % chance that Lockridge is going to score because of his speed.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever that ball is hit.
You're
Probably
right.
He's off on contact. So, and by the way, even if Lockridge did score and that was the only run they scored, guess what? Estrada still gave up that run there in the bottom half, so we're still playing.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not like Estrada had a clean inning there, and then you move on to the 11th inning.
Yeah.
Game was...
No, you're right.
So look, tonight sucked from the standpoint of It was Cease's best outing of the year, and Jackson Merrill had some epic moments tonight, and those were wasted.
Yes. And one of the themes, I've seen it in the chat, and I feel like it should be addressed, but what can you do with it? And we could basically say it all season, but it did stick out more than normal this series. The umpiring for the entirety of the series was bizarre. And it was a huge talking point, probably both ways. The umpire grade from last night was embarrassing. It was even worse than the Adrian Johnson game. In fact, it wasn't even close between game 2 and game 1. I'm curious to see what the scorecard will look like tomorrow, but plate umpiring is bad. We've talked about it for years. I do think it changes next year. It's absolutely changing these games. There's no question about it, but both teams are going to deal with it. There's going to be nights where the Padres somehow get the benefit there, and there's going to be other nights when their opponent does, and it's complete randomness. It's dumb luck. These umpires have no agenda. They just suck. There's no agenda at all other than being bad. So I think we should recognize it, and all I would say is it is what it is. The Jackson Merrill thing, like, it's been 12 games for him, 10 to start now too. He's hitting 400 with a 1173 OPS, and 4 home runs in 12 games is a massive total.
Yeah.
And he also has 12 RBIs, Jim, in 12 games. So this guy's been unbelievable. Hopefully that continues. And if it does, with the health of this lineup, they're going to be completely fine.
Like, think about this. Jackson Merrill's 22 years old, and he hit a freaking bomb tonight off of the best lefty in baseball. Remember at this time last year, we're like, are they going to platoon Jackson Merrill against lefties?
Yeah, like, is he playing against lefties?
Like early on?
He hit a ball 417 feet at an exit velocity of 107.5. 417 feet has nothing to do with Yankee Stadium. Did you see this story today? It popped up on my timeline, Jim, maybe under like the For You, that MLB next year, I didn't even think this was real. Did you see this? MLB next year is going to put a category in official stats called true home runs. It has nothing to do with home runs. It's not changing how many home runs anyone's hit, but they're going to also have a category called true. And true is a home run that leaves 15 or more of the 30 ballparks.
Yeah, that's fake.
Like, whatever. It's not like it's going to change Aaron Judge's home runs.
No, that story's fake.
I was hoping it was going to be fake. That's why I asked you. That's what I was going to ask you. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, it's fake. So the site that you saw was talking
was MLB
Baseball.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say, what the fudge is this? Good. Because I was about to go off on this for like,
no.
Look, what does that even mean?
You got.
I didn't get duped. I'm just asking.
No, it's not. It's fake. So don't worry. It's all good.
Okay. All right. Let's get to some of these super chats. If you are here, subscribe. You're on content for baseball fans. Smash the like button. Follow us on X. Thank you for the supers. Click the $sign below the chat box. We appreciate your support. We'll get to all of them, like this one from Patman 0074. Thank you, man. He says, really, really would like a rise to start hitting. Now he's hitting 280. He was hitless in the series.
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
No. Now, going hitless in a series, not great.
No.
I mean, he had some opportunities to really do some damage in this series, but yeah, I'm not really too worried about it. Still hitting 280 on the year. He's going to hit, and his lifetime numbers with runners in scoring position is very good. So come back to me if he's hitting like 240 in the middle of July.
There's no chance, right?
But that's not happening. So
there's no way. He was 0 for 4, although he did hit the ball that Aaron Judge dropped, I think, in right field.
That was Martin Maldonado.
Oh, that was Maldonado. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So, listen, he'll be fine, is what I would say. I mean, 280 isn't like embarrassing. Maybe by Luis Arraez standards it is. But, I mean, there's a lot of hitters in this lineup, like Oscar Gonzalez or Xander Bogaerts, that would love to be hitting 280 right now. JD Gaucho, thank you. He says Bellinger's long swing is maddening, but when he gets the ball, it can go far, even with a pitch that's up. Yeah, I mean, he had struggled, right? He was hitting 200. When he hit that ball out to right into the second deck, I don't know how far it was. It felt like it was pretty far in watching it. But
it's far.
Massive moment, obviously, in the game. I mean, again, is he going to complete the game? No, because of what transpired. But Yeah, I don't know. Yankees. I mean, those are some huge moments, like for the Yankees. The solo home run to break up a no-hitter in the 7th inning, and then the 2-run pinch hit home run from Trent Grisham. Like, those are like massive, massive moments, and they came up with 2 of them.
Bellinger's only hitting 215 on the year with a 676 OPS, but he's got 5 homers and 20 RBIs.
Okay. Yep.
So like he's being productive. He's putting up some numbers, and he's probably going to finish with close to 25, 30 bombs in that ballpark. I mean, his average is probably going to be like
below
30 tops.
Yep.
And maybe like a 700-ish OPS, but like he's going to have 25 to 30 bombs.
Right.
And when and he's like he's a bad ball hitter. That was a pitch tonight that Dylan threw that was a
that should not be taken out. That shocked me that was taken out of the ball. Like that he turned that around.
Wasn't a bad pitch. It was just a ball out of the zone, and it was way above the letters. And like watch it again. I mean, this thing is tomahawked out. It's kind of incredible.
It's way up.
Because like, you know, that the whole thing is you throw it up, like, why do you see pitchers throw 98 up at the letters? Because they know
you can't hit it.
You can't hit it. And his hitters are like, oh, I can hit it, and they can't hit it.
It's like tantalizing, yeah.
And because it looks so enticing to go after. And that's what Cease did, and he just turned on it.
Yeah, completely agree with that. Let me get to this one other super. Then I do want to remind our viewers about our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz. But JD's third thank you. He says, we still have the best bullpen. For how long? Overused. I mean, how can they be over? What would you do differently? I guess is my question. If you've got a 1-1 game, where should they turn? Other than to Jason Adam to get the final out in the 7th inning, which he got. Then with a 3-1 lead, what's the preference there? It's not so overused.
Blows one save or blows one opportunity. Overused. Overused. Sucks.
Yeah, it's not. It's unfortunate the way these 2 games panned out or transpired, but how can you be overused when they're pitching you in the spots that you're here to be pitching in? Like with a lead, you should be turning to Jason Adam and Robert Suarez and Jeremiah Estrada and Adrian Morejon in 3-run games or less. So, I mean, what should they have done? Go back to Wandy Peralta? Gone to Sean Reynolds? Like, what are you going to say if Sean Reynolds comes on to 1-1 game and then blows that or blows a 3-1 lead? What are we going to say then? Where the fuck is Jason Adam is what we're going to say.
Yeah. It's the situation in the game where you have the right guy up as far as on the mound and you trust him. And guess what? He didn't come through.
They have an excellent bullpen. It's way too subjective to say who's got the best. I mean, I'm sure. Maybe we could make an argument for another bullpen. That's fine. San Francisco's, LA's eventually. But it's hard to be critical of the body of work of the Padres bullpen, and that's even with last night's complete mishap. All right, we'll get back to the conversation, guys. Please subscribe, and thank you for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box. We appreciate you. Mark Nimitz is our title sponsor. He's been with us since day one of this channel. That's 4 years. And if you support this channel, please support Mark. If you have an insurance need, get in contact with Mark. Click the link in the description down below. He's got great service and communication. Take that from us. We do business with him. I've got 3 insurance policies through Mark. You can as well. He does auto. I had to file a claim in here with homeowners a couple of years ago. He took care of everything, saved us thousands of dollars and dozens of hours of time. He is a great insurance agent. He is a lifelong Padres fan. He's been texting with me and Jim all night long. He is a native San Diegan, and he's been with us since day one. So call Mark. He'll talk to you about the Padres. He'll save you money on your insurance. He does auto, home, renters, life, and more. So click that link in the description down below and support our title sponsor.
Yeah, all his information is on that ticker below, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
The Slick Rick, thank you, man, for the super. He says, just tuning in after work. Any update on Cease? It sounds as if, and you read some of the quotes in Kevin's postgame article, it sounds as if they're optimistic that it was precautionary and it was cramp related in his forearm. Mm-hmm. And they claim that he could avoid missing a start, right? I don't know if they're saying immediately he will make his next start, or are they saying that?
He says that he expects to make his next start. He passed all of the tests with, quote, flying colors.
Okay.
So what
Maybe
happened
something.
was his forearm tightened up, and it was like he described it as a cramp. His hand like got tight, and then he was trying to do, loosen it up, and they just said, yeah, it's enough, and they took him out. So when I hear that, I don't think that's like great for a pitcher, but it did seem like when Niebla, Schulte, and the trainer went out to the mound, it didn't seem like he was too concerned. Like I think he was trying to fight to stay in the game. Like, watch it again.
I think he was too. And then Schulte went up to him like this, Jim. He's like, "It's okay." Like he patted him on the face.
He's like, "It's okay."
He's like, "You
did
good?"
great.
It was very
like my boy. Like, I love you, my boy.
Yeah, it was a little bit of that. Like you were like, "It's okay, bud." But listen, I get you can't if you're the training staff or the manager and the pitching coach be like, "Yeah, just take another bat." Like,
your forearm tightened up. Go throw another pitch.
It's May. They have big goals. Dylan Cease is important. They're all important. They're all important. All these starters, all these relievers. And you can't risk anything. If it's game 5 of the World Series, maybe it's a different conversation. It's not. It's May. You cannot risk anything. Obviously, they made the right decision.
And another thing that was encouraging is that if you saw, he stayed in the dugout and there were no trainers around him. So like he just sat on the top step or the bench in the dugout, and he was looking over the iPad, probably at some pitches that he threw, probably the one that he threw to Bellinger, and goes, "What the fuck?" And there were no trainers around at all. He wasn't talking to anybody, and he was just by himself.
And by the way, to your point, forearm tightness is scary. I mean,
any arm tightness is scary for any pitcher.
Anything with a pitcher that has to stop them from going through the routine of throwing their next pitch. I thought initially, we were watching without sound. I think you and I both thought maybe it's a blister.
Yep, that's right. That's the first thing I thought, because he was like doing this.
Hand. Yeah. So I'm like, and it is smart to get a pitcher out of a game if a blister initially develops, but you can save time on the other side. So blisters are concerning, but forearm tightness can be way worse than that. So, and hopefully it's nothing. Dylan Cease is going to know his body and his arm better than any of us will, but there's always that concern when it's related to a forearm that it could be something of significance. Like you said, any pitching injury is a serious matter. Any single one of them can become a very serious matter, and hopefully that's not going to be the case with Dylan, who just didn't have good command his first 7 starts. Clearly put it together tonight. To your point, had his best outing of the year. There's no question about that. And hopefully he avoids any injury and he can build off what he did here tonight, because he looked like one of the best pitchers in the sport tonight until he left the game, unfortunately, due to injury or precaution.
I think the biggest key tonight to his success was his fastball location.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was throwing 99.
That helped too.
Like, that really helped. And his final line tonight is fantastic. 6 2/3, gave up that one hit, which was the home run, walked only 2, struck out 9. Like, if I told you that was his outing today, I would have said, sign me up. And that's the thing, is like, going to this game, you had a feeling it was, if Dylan Cease could, regain some form here, you felt like it was going to be a pitcher's duel, because Max Fried has been incredible this season. And so getting 1 run on him, thanks to the Jackson Merrill home run, you're like, yeah, I don't know if this is going to stick. Like 1-0, like against the Yankees in New York, like you're probably going to need to score 3 runs at least.
Yep.
And they ended up doing that, but yeah, couldn't hold it. And so great pitching performance by both teams, and you just hope that this is like the start of something for Dylan Cease.
I agree. By the way, this is interesting, Jim, because I want to say I might have been in the car when this happened, or maybe I was reading a book to Jones. When when a pinch hitter comes in against the Padres, since Ruben Niebla has been here, they always visit. That's when they do the mound visit. Pinch hitter comes in, Niebla comes out. He does the scouting report. Hey, he's a pinch hitter. Grisham, pitch him away. He loves breaking balls. Whatever they say, right? They go through the quick scouting report. And maybe someone could put in the chat. I don't know if you were watching at that point either. Did they pay a visit before the Grisham at bat? Because he was a pinch hitter, and almost without exception, Ruben Niebla will do a mound visit when a pinch hitter comes into a game.
Good question.
Someone put in the chat if you remember Niebla coming out, because I mean, it's a fair point from Tim. Like Grisham with those breaking pitches, he just loves turning on those things, man. And he did it twice in this series, and whatever. He's swinging the bat obviously better than he did the last couple of years. So maybe it was going to happen inevitably. And Jason Adam has been elite.
Let me check because I'm going to watch right now. Hold on.
My guess is they did. My guess is he did go out there, but I don't know.
All right. So pinch hitter.
Yep. Runner on first, maybe.
Yeah. No mound visit by Niebla, but a mound visit by Maldonado, and the entire team came to the mound to talk.
They do that without exception with pinch hitters. The Padres.
Yeah, well, they're just going over. They're just going over it.
Yeah. That's what I was curious about. So, I mean, they know this is a scouting report, and it wasn't Grisham's first at bat in the series. So, I don't know. I think you credit Trent Grisham, or maybe Jason Adam missed a spot, or maybe it was the wrong pitch sequencing, whatever it was. I mean, it didn't work out well, unfortunately, for the Padres. While
watching it again, he hold on, let me see here. Yeah,
let me watch it.
All right, so they set up. Yeah, completely missed his spot. Not even close. Maldonado set up on the outside, and he threw that thing down and in. Completely missed his spot.
I want to watch this. Okay, wait, it's 3-3.
Watch where Maldonado set up. You're like, oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah, he really missed his spot, and he knew it.
Yep. So, again, I don't think you could sit here and be like, how did you not know how to pitch to Trent Grisham? They knew how to pitch to Trent Grisham.
Yeah, 100%. And not just that, and that really is, he loves getting down. That breaking ball low and in, he absolutely can turn on those pitches.
Swing. He's he can golf it.
Yeah, exactly. That's his prototypical home run. What he did there to Jason Adam. Evan, thank you, man, for the super chat. We appreciate you guys. Subscribe here on content. We're trying to get to 8,500 subscribers with your help. And please smash the like button for us. And thank you for the super chats like this one from Evan. Click the $ below the chat box. He says, 1 home run at Yankee Stadium this series, lack of pop in the lineup is a real concern in my opinion. I think it's a fair statement. We talked about it today. I think Jackson Merrill absolutely helps. Let's give that time. He's hit 4 in 12 games. The Padres have hit 30 home runs. That's an extremely low number. By comparison, the Yankees have now hit 62. That's the most in baseball. But 30 home runs, other than Tatis, who, by the way, Jim, has not homered since April 20th. Other than Tatis with 8, nobody has more than 4. That's not really fair to Jackson Merrill, but it is a factual statement that nobody's hit more than 4 other than Tatis.
Hot take, bold take here. Tatis will homer in Colorado this weekend.
I like that.
You know who else will homer in Colorado this weekend?
Merrill.
Manny Machado will homer in Colorado this weekend.
I agree with you. I agree. And Bogarts might.
I am predicting that this team will hit some home runs this weekend. I'm not going to say they just break out for 8 home runs in 3 games, but Tatis is going to hit a home run this weekend, maybe multiple, and Manny Machado will as well.
Yeah, I like that. I think that even the point from Evan, and thank you, Evan, because the point is a valid one. I don't think it's a reason to be overly concerned based on their overall body of work, which is 23-13. They're winning with pitching by and large, not the last 2 days. They're not going to be top 5 in the majors in home runs. They're not. And they don't have to be, is what I would say. And I don't know if power is listen. Toddy, Machado, Merrill, there's your power. Right?
Yeah. And watch. End of the year, guess what? Tatis will have 30 home runs. Machado's going to have 25 to 30 bombs. Merrill's going to have 25 to 30 bombs. So you're going to have three guys in your lineup that are going to have close to all 30 home runs or more. Now, can you get like Gavin Sheets? Can he give you 12 to 15? I mean, it's a big ask.
Cronenworth.
Can Bogey get to double digits somehow? I don't think so.
I don't know.
But can he get to double digits? Then you got 5 dudes in your lineup with all double-digit home runs. I'm not saying you need to have like 335 home run guys, but you will have 3 guys in the lineup that will absolutely have 25 or more plus bombs. And guess what? Jackson Miller right now, he's on the pace. He's on pace. If he stays healthy and plays, every single game for the remainder of the season, dude's already on pace for like 30 home runs.
Oh, easy. With 4 and 12 games?
Yeah.
Even with everything that's left. Easy. Now, he's turned into quite a power hitter. He really has. I mean, even his rookie year, he showed good power.
And guess what,
he's showing better power right now.
Guess what, Manny McNuggets?
Yeah, that's you.
He's going to get hot.
He is hot.
He is hot.
He's red hot. That's why it was
power-wise.
That's what sucked about that plate appearance in the 10th inning. He had been swinging the bat so well, you just assumed he would maybe come through, and he didn't, and that's called baseball. But yes, the power. I mean, Manny McNuggets. Like, what's a worst case scenario if Machado's healthy in terms of home runs? 27. It would be a Padre low in a full season if he hit less than 28. So I don't think there's any world he's not hitting 20-something home runs. I don't. And there's no way he's not. There's so many games to be played, guys. He's going to hit 2 in one game. You can do it quickly. He'll hit 4 in a week. So 3 it's not like unheard of for Manny Machado because he can get going.
I bet you if you looked at his numbers last year at this time, he might have had less than 3 home runs.
Probably did.
We're not yelling at you.
We're not yelling at you, you idiot. No, we're kidding.
Moron?
We're kidding. We're completely kidding. Guys, when the Padres get home next week, make sure to get there. And you can get there with our friends at SeatGeek. Great pricing right now on tickets for next week's homestand at Petco Park. And we've come through for you guys because if you use promo code PODSWRAP, that's PADSWRAP, you're getting $20 off your first order at SeatGeek of $50 or more. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code PODSWRAP. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. And we do want to thank our friends at SeatGeek. But look at this. I mean, tickets, not just Gallagher Square, but tickets starting at $31, including fees. Plus, use promo code PODSWRAP. Get $20 off your first order of $50 or more. You got a pair of tickets for next week against the Angels at Petco Park. And with the $20 off, you're walking out of there around $40 for a pair of tickets to go see the Padres back at Petco Park. They've got unbelievable deals with our friends over there at SeatGeek.
And with SeatGeek being MLB's official ticket marketplace for tickets, they're fully guaranteed. They're instantly fulfilled in your account after the purchase. All you got to do is use our promo code when you are purchasing PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Download the app. It's very user-friendly, very easy to use. Each ticket is rated on a scale from 1 to 10, so you know you're going to get a good deal. Obviously, green means good, red means bad. So find the deals with the green. 10 out of 10, amazing deals are the best ones to do. PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, promo code on the screen right there. Go get your tickets today at SeatGeek.
All right, back to it. Padres off Thursday in Denver, taking on the Rockies Friday. Keep in mind the Rockies play twice on Thursday. Padres don't play. Rockies play twice. 2 9-inning games. Maybe their bullpen gets taxed. I mean, it's been a complete disaster of a year, but the Padres still have historically struggled like a lot of teams have at Coors Field. So it's no fall out of bed guarantee winning a series. I mean, you have to go into it planning to win this series. I mean, there's no really option other than that when you consider how much they've struggled this year, Colorado. Anything more than that, great. Like sweeping the series, that's phenomenal. But even 2 out of 3, Jim, is a 6-3 road trip. So that's where I would start the conversation. Plan to go there and win 2 out of those 3 games. To your point, maybe the bats come to life. Maybe they do more than that. But I think 2 out of 3 or more, and you've had a nice trip, obviously, at 6-3 or better.
And with the Rockies playing a doubleheader tomorrow, you could get some fireworks on Friday night. Not saying you will, but you could. I mean, it's set up perfectly for you to just put a beat down on this team. When's the last time the Padres just had like a 12-2 victory this year?
That's a really good question. Do you know the answer?
I do know the answer to a beatdown victory. The last time they had one, it wasn't even that big of a beatdown, but it's still a beatdown. Was against these Rockies, where they beat them 8-0 on a Friday night at Petco Park.
Was that okay? Because when the Rockies came here, that was that complete inept series, right?
Yeah, they shut them out in all 3 games.
I mean, are we as lucky to think that, like, is that going to happen again? Not the shutouts, but are they just going to make quick work of the Rockies in 3 games on the road? Like, I mean, that seems almost like naive to say, you know?
Yeah, I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say that you should win 2 or 3 here. Now, the interesting thing is, like, when you look at their schedule, and I'm like, when's the last time they just had like a 12-3 beatdown like the Yankees did last night? Well, they haven't had that this year. They've only scored double-digit runs, John, 1 time this season. Once.
Yeah, I mean, that's you brought it up yesterday. I didn't realize it. I mean, they have the 3rd fewest runs in the National League. At least they did heading into yesterday, and they didn't score a ton of runs the last 2 days.
I'm going to say that they still do have
the 3rd fewest.
They do still have the 3rd fewest in the National League, only ahead of the Rockies and the Pirates. They are just they've scored 1 less run than the Atlanta Braves.
All right, 1 less. And how many runs has Colorado scored? That's kind of interesting with Coors Field.
112.
And the Padres have scored
143.
Oh, wow, that's a big difference.
Now, the Padres also still, even with their blow up the other day, have the best as far as like runs allowed. They've allowed the least amount of runs in the National League. And they've also allowed the least amount of runs in all of baseball. So even with that 12-run blow up the other day, a 10-run outing from the bullpen, you know, but the thing is, like, yeah, it's a little concerning that they just really don't score that many runs. I mean, if you're doing the breakdown here, John, what's 143 divided by 36?
I'll tell you exactly what it is, because it's actually exactly 4 runs per game if they had 144 runs. So 143 is like 3.98.
Okay, so they're averaging 3.98 or something like that runs a game.
Or 3.99. I'll look it up exactly, but 140. You said 143?
Yep.
3.98.
Okay, that's not good enough. I mean, that number needs to have like a 4.98.
Yeah, it's got to go up. Now, the pitching's been so good that the magic number is 4 runs. You score 4, you win. You score less, you lose.
Mm-hmm.
That's how baseball works. And tonight's a perfect example, right?
Yeah, and they've only had Jackson Merrill for 13 games or 12 games this year.
Yep. Big part
hopefully those numbers go up. But yeah, I'm looking at this series in Colorado. Can you score some runs?
Yeah, like, you can't get out of Colorado. Great point. You can't get out of Colorado with 13 runs in 3 games. That's 4.33 runs per game. I need more than that. Like, you're going to have some big scoring outputs. Like, how about 7-7-6? That's not asking for the world. That's 20 runs. You could score 10 plus runs in Denver. I'm not saying you have to do that. Go score 7 runs in a game. Go score 6 runs in a game. They should be capable of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Not just capable, they need to do that. They could use a really good offensive series, and there's no better place to have a good offensive series than against probably a beleaguered bullpen coming in Colorado. If they're playing 2 games on Thursday, you're not going to see like some top flight bullpen in Colorado. So hopefully they can take advantage of that.
Isn't that wild? They've only scored 10 plus runs in 1 game this year, and that was a game where they only scored 10 runs. So they didn't score more than 10 runs. It's only 10 runs.
No, I think you bring up a really good point. I mean, their offense has been, I guess, to put it, I think I would have said before you told me that stat about the 3rd fewest runs, I would have said their offense has been fine, but no, I guess their offense has been below average, with a chance to improve because of Merrill, who's just come back 2 days ago.
Yep. And Cronenworth's coming back on Friday too. So
yeah, Cronenworth. Yeah, your lineup's going to look like your lineup. I mean, with Cronenworth and Bogarts is like your B team lineup. We know the four horsemen of offense are their A team in their lineup, and then the 7, 8, 9, whatever you get from 7, 8, 9 is all bonus, and hopefully they get stuff from 7, 8, 9. HBBBV, thank you. He says Emma Stone's hubby wore a Niebla jersey front row, a fire emoji. Yeah, that's like a rare cut, Jim. Like wearing the Ruben Niebla road pinstripe jersey you don't see that every night.
No, you don't. But that is that's a true fan right there. That's a deep, like you said, that's a deep cut. That is a fan that knows what's up.
Emma had a cool hat on that when the Padres put the photos on social media, it had like a pinstripe to it. I don't know if it was like navy and orange or navy and red. It was a unique hat. I haven't seen it very often, whatever she was wearing. But when they posted the photos on Twitter, you could see like the detail on it. It was a pretty cool look. No,
yeah, I liked it. There's a good video that the MLB Twitter account posted when C struck out Judge, and you see Emma Stone and her husband jump up and start cheering.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you gotta check it out.
That's really neat. I haven't seen that. I will check it out. No Mama, thank you for the super. No Mama saying they should have Jackson Merrill hitting third. So I kind of like Merrill batting cleanup. And I like Machado having the protection of Jackson Merrill. Truthfully,
I like where Merrill's hitting.
Yeah,
in the lineup, as you could see, he comes up big, and I want him in a position to drive in runs. Now, I'm not saying you could drive in runs hitting third as well, but he's fearless. He reminds me a lot of Bryce Harper, where it's like, I want to be up in the big moments.
And he reminds me a lot of Freddie Freeman just because of the swing.
Well, the Freddie Freeman swing, absolutely. But I'm talking about the mentality and the mindset of like, F you, I'm gonna win this matchup.
Both are Hall of Fame comps, basically. Right? You're talking about two unbelievable hitters.
But Freddie's more of like a soft-spoken guy, and Harper's more of a like bring it on, bitch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I would put Merrill more towards the Harper mentality as far as like I'm gonna fucking win this matchup here. Like I'm gonna win this battle.
Don't look. Tell me who has had a better career.
A better career?
Mm-hmm. It's Freddie subjective. Freeman. There's Freddie no Freeman. Answer.
Freddie Freeman.
Yes. Because of the ring?
Well, he has an MVP as well.
He's got 2 rings and an MVP, but Harper's got an MVP, right? Or does he have 2?
Harper's got 2 MVPs, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie's got an MVP and a World Series MVP and 2 World Series rings.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman's had the better career. Like more, like I guess, he has more accolades.
I would have said,
and he has the numbers too.
I would have said Freeman, but it's amazing how, like, if you look, because their numbers are both actually very comparable, very similar. But I'm with you. I would have said Freeman, and the 2 World Series is kind of maybe the difference. They've both been awesome. They're both Hall of Famers. Obviously.
What's the thing is, like, how many regular season MVPs do you have? Just 1?
I think it's 1.
Okay. So he's got 1 regular season MVP with Atlanta. He's got 2 World Series rings, and he has a World Series MVP, and he has one of the most iconic moments in World Series history.
True.
So when you have a walk-off grand slam in Game 1 of the World Series and your team wins the World Series,
no, I agree with you. I would just say this: Freeman's take nothing away from Freeman's postseason. You're spot on. Bryce Harper's career postseason OPS is over 1,000. Bryce Harper is, to your point, the original point on Merrill. Bryce Harper is unbelievably clutch and has been in the postseason. Yes, he has not won a World Series, but he has been unbelievably clutch. But I'm with you on Merrill. He's clutch. And we're getting ahead of ourselves because if he's anything like Freeman or Harper, amazing. Especially at $135 million for the next 9 years. That's like the cherry on top if that's actually who he's going to be, you know?
Yeah. Would you say that if you had to pick one player on the Padres right now to be up in a spot where you need to get a hit,
Merrill.
Merrill? Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
I mean,
it's Merrill.
yeah, it's just hard otherwise. I mean, Manny's had big moments, but he's also failed to come through in some of those spots. And Toddy can be hit or miss. And
I think
yeah,
it's Merrill. It's not even close.
yeah, exactly. It's probably true.
Like, not even close.
Yeah, he's just a clutch hitter. He really is. Let's get back to this conversation in a moment. I do want to remind our viewers about our friends over at Mova Globes. If you want to pick up one of these puppies, they have them for all 30 teams, officially licensed. You can do it with promo code PWS10. Get 10% off with that promo code. It's in the link in the description down below. Promo code PWS10. Get 10% off. They spin automatically with artificial or natural light. Great, great products. Really, they are. It's a perfect gift idea for the baseball fan in your life, whether they're a Padres fan or not. They'll absolutely love them. Your kids will love them. They're great for a home or work office. So get 10% off. Grab any of the 30 teams, including the Padres. Click the link in the description down below. Use promo code PWS10.
Yeah, get a mobile globe today. Put it on a shelf, put it on your nightstand, have a bookshelf ready for it, work desk at work to show off your Padres pride. Get a mobile globe today. Use our promo code PWS10 in the link or in the description and click the link below.
You'll thank us later.
Bro, why are you guys bagging on Backlash, dude?
What's happening?
People in the chat, they're like, Backlash, the card sucks for Backlash.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't. Come on, you gotta savor the final John Cena versus Randy Orton match. I think the fatal 4-way for the US title, kind of low-key banger. Actually, not a low-key banger. It's gonna be a banger.
What are you talking about?
There's a
thing here?
No. The Gunther match with Pat McAfee, there's something up their sleeve. Goldberg for that match. And what else is there? Oh yeah, the women's intercontinental title. Okay, it's fine. Oh, and then you also got the intercontinental championship with Dirty Dom and Penta. So look, it's not obviously WrestleMania. John left, but you know what? Kind of a low-key good card. John Cena's the headliner with Randy Orton. Come on, John, you can get back in here now.
I wanted to get to a super. By the way, you can pick up tickets. You can pick up Survivor Series tickets on SeatGeek. Use promo code PodDraft.
You
get
can.
$20 off
When they go on sale, but they're not on sale yet.
And you could save $20 on those tickets. It'll be $2,000. So enjoy.
More than that, actually.
I don't know what they'll be. HBBBV, thank you again for the super. Says Harper Mormon. He doesn't. What? Dude, you got some interesting super chats, man. We appreciate your support of the channel. I don't even know where we're going. He got married in La Jolla. Okay. Is he a Mormon? He grew up in Nevada, right? In Vegas?
He grew up in Vegas, dude.
Who cares? I don't care what his religion is, or I really don't. But thanks. I don't know. It is what it is. He says he doesn't cuss. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, great. Congrats. Then the Phillies won the signing, I guess. What else is in this game, Jim? Anything?
No, flush it, move on. Off day tomorrow. Go beat the shit out of the Rockies this weekend.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
mean, there's a lot of good things to take away from this game, obviously.
Cease, Suarez.
There's things you don't like, but there's no need to view these things as the worst things ever, because it's not a pattern yet. It's an outlier so far. And because it's an outlier so far, that's why you just move on from it.
By the way, for like Manny didn't come through in the 10th inning, so be it. He's hitting 306. This whole, he only has 3 home runs. Okay. Well, he's hitting 306 in the 832 OPS. He's hitting 8 consecutive games. It's been good, guys. Yes, we want more power for Manny Machado, but Machado has been really good. And some of this Tatis recent slander, Like, he got on base twice safely tonight, had a hit, walked, run scored, had a huge hit yesterday to give him a 3-2 lead. It wasn't his fault. They allowed 10 runs in the bottom of the inning. He's hitting 319 with a 940 OPS. I mean, be like a career year for Fernando Tatis Jr.
You guys see the defense he played in right field tonight too?
Yep, 2 great plays. So I don't know. It's like everyone wants everything from everyone, which is fun. I mean, that's called being a fan. But
now you go lose the series in Colorado, then we have a different tone on Sunday night.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, if they lose Friday night, I'm not going to be thrilled with that. That'd be a 3rd consecutive loss. But I think they bounce back and find a way to win a series in Colorado. That's what I've seen from this team so far this year. That's my expectation. That's my hope. And I'd be surprised if it didn't happen. But it is baseball, so I guess you never know, right?
That's baseball, John.
That's baseball. Before we get out of here, we do want to remind you about our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. If you use promo code PODSRAP, you're going to get a free gimme pick. What's that? Like, well, Jimmy Butler higher than a half point, let's say tomorrow against Minnesota. And without Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler's definitely scoring 1 point. That'd be a huge point for them tomorrow night. So you get the free gimme pick, plus you get a 50% deposit match. It's so simple and easy to win. Without Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler's going for like 60. So you go higher than 24.5. Anthony Edwards, he can't hit a layup, but he should bounce back and score 27.5. You can pair this across sports. So you can play MLB. Padres aren't playing tomorrow, but let's say you really like Bailey Ober to have higher than 6.5 strikeouts, like most people do. Exactly. Adley Rutschman, I think he homers tomorrow. If you go 4 for 4 there, if you just go 4 for 4 there, you are going to win $428. By going 4 for 4. By the way, you can flex it, which means you get 3 out of 4 right, and you can still win money. But here's the thing. Let's add on a 5th. Let's say Brooks Lee homers tomorrow. You know, Brooks Lee?
Yeah, Brooks
Lee.
Lee.
Boom.
Bruce Lee.
Then, like the Bruce Lee. Then $10 pays $2,500. Make sure to use promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. Couldn't be simpler, couldn't be easier. The best and easiest place to play fantasy sports is with our friends at Underdog. Click the link in the description down below. Get the free gimme pick. Get the 50% deposit match up to $1,000 and start playing and winning.
Download the Underdog Fantasy app. Promo code above my head here. PODSWRAP is our promo code when you start playing. What have you done?
Look at that. I think $10 pays $5K. I think Logan Thompson has higher than 26.5 saves tomorrow, don't you?
I do. I really do. He's had a good year.
What team is he on?
The Capitals.
Yeah, good call.
I can see it right there.
He is. So $10 pays $5K if those things all come to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right. What's the upcoming schedule look like?
Well, they have an off day tomorrow, John, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. All right, join us tomorrow.
Did you still buy merch on our site for 25% off today?
Oh, no.
Still, it's gone.
I think. Dude, we had a lot of sales on our merch shop today, guys.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Go buy a mug. Go buy a sticker. Go buy a hat. Go buy a T-shirt. Help support the wrap-up show and John and Jim.
Yeah, you don't want us to be out on the street, do you?
No. We have families to feed.
That's right. Let me see. Hold on. Let me check out this shop. No, now the current offer is only 7 days left. Save 10% on 3+ products.
Okay.
So check us out. I'll put a link. Shop merch. And then the final shameless plug is you have to vote for us in the Best of UT Readers Poll for Best Sports Talk Show because that's going to voting ends in 6 days. So you have until May 13th. And the link is in the description down below. So click the link in the description down below to vote for us for the Best Sports Talk Show in San Diego. We appreciate your support. Some of you have already voted. Some of you have picked up merch. we don't have all the merch.
No.
But we do appreciate you guys checking it out. And vote for us, pick up some merch, support our partners, Mark Nimitz and Mova Globes and SeatGeek and Underdog, and join us tomorrow on John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760 Also on YouTube and on the iHeartRadio app. We're going to be talking Padres baseball beginning at 2 p.m. We've got a 4-hour show. So we have you fully covered. We'll be able to get to everything, I think, Jim, tomorrow in that 4-hour show that we have tomorrow beginning at 2 p.m. And the next wrap-up show will be Friday night. That's the upcoming schedule. For Jim, I'm John. We will see you tomorrow on the radio and then Friday night on the wrap-up show. Thanks, guys.
Peace.